the belly of oblivion, seeing life stroll past me at incomparable speeds of rushing wind. I take a step towards the labyrinth of life, where its pearly gates of white perplex me. I enter its doors of glittering ivory, and was met by streets of gleaming gold that seemed to lead into infinity. Curious, I took the road to an unknown destination, inching my way down the street of precious metal, with thoughts of confusion racing through my mental. Nevertheless, I continued the journey. Looking around, I noticed crowds of clouds floating through this abyss of beauty as if it were home. Alone I proceed, keeping watch for any signs of life, any signs that might give me a sense of my surroundings. Then off in the distance I notice a glowing white figure at what appeared to be a platinum fountain, gathering drink to her lips. As I grew closer to this vision, a set of wings grabbed my attention. To get closer I had to check if this being was reality. The nearer I got, the realer she became, with flowing curly hair of a brownish brunette tint. I take it she felt my presence as she turned my direction. Aqua green eyes locked to mine as the sights of a crossbow on its target. Centuries of thoughts, epics of words were exchanged in this glare. Stare is all that came to mind. At a loss of speech I was standing in amazement. Now is it possible that she? Is it possible that we? Is it possible that me, her, us is inevitable? Confrontation amazing, incredible, fabulous. Though I'm human, her angelic. If it wasn't love, I wouldn't have felt it. But it's definitely love at second glance for first sight. Definitely love at second glance for first sight. Definitely love at second glance for first sight. Definitely love at first sight. Her left appendix was extended to grace my face with the presence of a skin. The texture of a touch that of silk spun in the depths of Asia. Her lips plump and sweet, this being completely beautiful. From the root of her hair to the sole of a pedicure. Still my muscles were stagnant and active. I still hadn't moved from the initial eyes locking, so I appeared passive. Shocking fact that I would attract the being of the next world. So often I had to press girls to give me a second look, but now I'm taken. It was as if she saw into my soul and I hers. Its complexity had me perturbed, disturbed at society's acceptance of her and I. But it seemed God was okay with it, he let our paths cross. So that I lost the words, I stretched my hands just to touch her robe. To my knees I tossed my body to worship this goddess of my resurrection. She had to be the closest thing to perfection next to God himself. Love like this never experienced before or ever will be again. She's my friend to shield me from the pain and anguish of living. Never exchanged a word, our thoughts were all we used. From the hellos to the how are yous to the I love yous. She grabbed my hand, led me to a land of milk and honey, life and prosperity. My wife she was preparing to be. We sat in a garden of roses and other exotic flowers, still just exchanging thoughts as butterflies landed on the tips of our noses. We held hands. Her beauty was overwhelming to my optical fibers. I couldn't stand to stare, so I closed my eyelids to rest them, and still she was there. I felt the gentle touch to the chest. This heavenly voice spoke those 3 words. My heart began to race faster. Felt the touch of those lips on my cheek. Opened my eyes to complete darkness. Went for the light switch for illumination, wondering what type of twist or turn took my situation. To my surprise, I was met by those eyes and that hair, that stare, no wings. But it wasn't a dream. It was you, my love, my earth angel, the real thing, real thing. I know now that she, I know now that we, I know now that me, her, us is inevitable. Confrontation amazing, incredible, fabulous. Though I'm human, her angelic. If it wasn't love, I wouldn't have felt it. But it's definite, love at second glance for first sight. Definitely love at second glance for first sight. Definitely love at second glance for first sight. Definitely love at first sight.